All right, let's try this again. Fuck. All right, this is a video sort of. It's just I'm gonna try and make it quick. I always look away when I think and notice that. Anyways, so this is for Young Chai or Young Chi. Thanks. He asked about the frequency in the Beatles. So the Tavistock Institute, which is a think tank, and they have their hands in literally everything, from the pharmaceutical companies, yeah, just like everything. They're a think tank. So like the Stanford, MIT, the schools, the police, the church, they have their hands in everything, and they run these little experiments on us, and they learned how to control people's emotions and get them, and so they set out. They kind of the way they yeah, I don't know. It's just they set out scenarios so cultures follow those scenarios. Right? They lay the path, and not only that, they're high occultists too. Like every one of them is above 33rd, like a huge Freemason. Like these guys are high level secret society guys and shit. So it's, I mean, they're using knowledge that most of us don't know, or we're taught that it's really bad because these people use it for bad. But anyway, so they're the Tavistock Institute, and they have so much money because they used to force selling drugs through the British East India Company in Hudson's Bay in Canada. But they did so I mean, imagine force selling drugs on a whole nation, like how much fucking money you'd have. Like, fuck, that's the money these guys have. It's fucking, like, you think the Rothschilds are rich or the Rockefellers? Those guys were their agents that ran around for this. But anyways, the Tavistock Institute comes up with this shit, and they so the Beatles were basically these four guys, or okay, basically it was like John and Paul made this satanic pact, right? They wanted to get famous, and that's sort of how it does. People dangle the carrot in front of you about this shit. But anyway, so they want to get famous, and what happened? I mean, Paul was probably even born for this. Like that's how deep this shit goes. He was probably conceived for this role of sacrifice. Like that's how fucking deep it goes, man. I don't even kid you. But anyway, so Paul dies in 1966, and he's hit by a car. And what happens? They bring this guy in, Billy Shears, William Campbell, William Shepherd, Billy Shears, aka Billy Shears, because Billy Shears is the one who they sing about. The one and only Billy. They say the lyric in the Sgt. Pepper album. On the Sgt. Pepper album, which is basically Billy Shears' baby, he basically wrote it because he was writing a lot of the music when the original Paul McCartney was with the Beatles. So there was basically two Paul McCartneys. From what I can get, there's some other theories too, but this is the one there's two Paul McCartneys. The original one, and he died on a 9/11, by the way. So the original Paul McCartney, and then there's this other one. It's William Campbell, Billy Shears, and there's a book. What is it? It's the story of Billy Shears. Oh fuck, whatever. Anyways, I'm kind of getting out of here. This is a hard thing to explain because it's such a crazy fucking conspiracy, man. It really is, but it's how they do these things. Anyway, so the Beatles are this high occultist band. They've sold their soul to get rich. And Billy Shears is higher than these guys. So he's kind of like one of these guys that runs the show behind the scenes. And he was writing their music before, like when the original Paul McCartney was there. But anyway, so there's these doctors in the Tavistock Institute, and they learn how to do frequency and learn about music. And so the Beatles' music was written so it has these frequencies and so forth in it. So they literally weaponized the music. And there's a guy. Yeah, so I'll give you a couple things if you just want. There's a guy on YouTube. You can check it. You can check a lot of this stuff out on YouTube, really. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I do a lot of my research on YouTube, but there are a lot of the research that I've done. Like. I've also done research off of YouTube too. So, but seriously, it's it's a pretty good place to find out shit. Really, you can learn a lot. Anyways, yeah, there's this one guy, this Japanese guy, and look up frequencies with water, and the guy literally yells at water or plays bad music, and the water when he freezes the water, it looks like snowflakes or what, like the molecules have different properties, and when the music's good and on a good frequency, 432 hertz I believe is the frequency that's good for us, the water looks nice and symmetrical, and it looks like when it's bad and it's like 440 hertz, something like this, it looks like it's all messy and kind of weird looking, and just sort of like, yeah, really broken looking, sort of. So, and that's exactly what they're doing to us. But anyway, so the Beatles were a band placed here to steer our consciousness, and literally, I mean, yeah, and you kind of got to look at that with all these rock bands, and that's why, that's one reason why I'm so like into this fucking conspiracy shit, if that's what you're gonna call it, which was a term coined by the CIA, which is a baby of the Tavistock Institute. I mean, the Tavistock is the king of all this fucking shit. Okay, that's what they are. They're the brain of all this evil. That's who that is. So, I hope I answered your question. I kind of rambled on a bit, but I'm pretty baked right now. So, like I said, it's getting really real, and fuck, man, what can I do but make stone videos? So, yeah, man. Hopefully, maybe one day. I don't know, man. I don't know what it's about, but it's definitely not about fucking wearing masks and not touching people. I'll tell you that. Take it easy, young Chai. Thanks for the question.